Have you ever slipped on your favorite cardigan, looked in the mirror, and thought, why doesn't this look as flattering as it used to? The truth is, after 60, some of the cardigans we've been holding on to for years can quietly make us look older than we really are. They may feel comfortable, even sentimental, but instead of highlighting your elegance, they drag your outfit down, making your style appear outdated. Here's the thing. Fashion over 60 isn't about chasing trends or dressing like someone you're not. It's about knowing which pieces elevate your natural beauty and which ones are holding you back. And yes, certain cardigan styles belong firmly in the retire this now category. In this video, we're going to reveal the 7 cardigans you should stop wearing after 60, the ones that instantly add years to your look. But don't worry, I'll also show you what to wear instead, so you can keep all the comfort of your favorite layers while looking fresh, modern, and radiant. Stick around until the end, because you'll walk away with simple swaps that can completely transform how you feel in your clothes. Welcome back to Wellness 360, the place where we talk all things style, lifestyle, and confidence for women over 60. Cardigans have always been a wardrobe staple. They're cozy, easy to throw on, and they've carried us through countless moments. Whether it's a casual coffee run, a family gathering, or just staying warm at home. But here's the reality. Not every cardigan is doing us a favor anymore. Some styles that once felt classic are now quietly working against us, making our outfits look outdated and even adding years to our appearance. It's completely understandable. We all have those comfort pieces we reach for again and again. But fashion after 60 isn't about giving up comfort. It's about choosing layers that bring out your best features, flatter your shape, and reflect the vibrant woman you are today. In this video, I'll share the 7 cardigan styles you should stop wearing after 60, along with chic, modern alternatives that feel just as comfortable, but look far more polished. By the end, you'll know exactly which pieces to let go of and how to refresh your wardrobe without starting from scratch. Have you ever wrapped yourself in a big, cozy cardigan only to notice later that it seems to make you look bigger than you are? That's one of the sneaky ways bulky, oversized cardigans work against us. They feel like a warm hug. They're easy to throw on, and many of us have kept them in our closets for years. But the truth is, once we're past 60, these chunky layers can actually add years to our look without us realizing it. The problem is proportion. Oversized pieces hide the natural shape of your body, and instead of flattering you, they create a block of fabric that makes your silhouette appear heavier. Thick knits and boxy cuts overwhelm the frame, so instead of elegance, the impression is shapelessness. Fashion at this stage of life should highlight your best features, not bury them under extra bulk. Comfort is essential, of course. But comfort doesn't have to come at the expense of style. I once worked with a client who adored her oversized cable knit cardigan. It was her go-to piece for running errands, lounging at home, even meeting friends for coffee. She wore it because it felt cozy and familiar, and honestly, she didn't think twice about how it looked. But when we took a few pictures of her wearing that cardigan and then compared them with a lighter, slimmer, open front knit, the transformation was incredible. In the oversized knit, she looked weighed down, shorter, and less confident. In the streamlined cardigan, her figure looked taller, her shoulders more defined, and her smile even brighter. It wasn't that she had changed, it was the cardigan that changed how she appeared to the world. So how do you get the comfort without falling into the trap of bulky, aging layers? The key is choosing cardigans that drape rather than pile. Instead of a thick, heavy knit, try a lightweight fabric that flows around your body. Look for open front styles with just enough structure to create lines, not lumps. Pay attention to length. A mid-thigh cut is flattering, while cardigans that hang all the way down to the knees or beyond can easily swallow you up. Another simple trick is balance. If you wear a cardigan with a bit more volume, pair it with slim-fitting bottoms like straight-leg jeans, leggings, or tailored trousers. This contrast keeps your look intentional and stylish instead of accidental and sloppy. And never underestimate the power of small details. An open neckline, a defined shoulder, or even rolling the sleeves to the elbow can make the piece feel lighter and fresher. Oversized cardigans may feel like the safest choice in the closet, but they often steal more from your style than they give. By swapping them for sleeker versions, you instantly reclaim a polished and modern look without sacrificing the comfort you love. It's about upgrading, not giving up. And once you see the difference in how you look and feel, you'll never want to go back. Now that we've tackled the bulky, oversized cardigan, let's move on to another common trap: shapeless long-line cardigans that can drag your entire outfit down. Have you ever put on a long cardigan that was supposed to look elegant, but instead it felt like it dragged your whole outfit down? That's exactly the danger of shapeless, long-line cardigans. At first glance, they seem practical. They cover everything. They feel modest, and they're easy to throw over any outfit. But here's the problem. When the cardigan has no structure and just hangs straight down, it can actually distort your proportions and make you look shorter and heavier than you really are. Length is tricky after 60. A long cardigan that doesn't have definition can overwhelm your frame. Instead of elongating you, it cuts your figure in half, pulling the eye downward and creating a droopy effect. What's worse, these cardigans often lack any kind of tailoring at the shoulders or waist, so the overall impression is slouchy rather than sophisticated. And while slouchy may feel comfortable, it doesn't project the vibrant, confident energy you deserve. I remember working with a woman who loved her ankle-length knit cardigan. She thought it made her look chic, like she was wearing a stylish coat without the weight. But when she walked into a room, the cardigan trailed behind her, almost like a blanket. Instead of focusing on her smile and presence, people's eyes were drawn to the overwhelming fabric. When we swapped it out for a cardigan that hit mid-thigh with a slight waist shape, the transformation was immediate. She looked taller, lighter, and more polished, without sacrificing comfort at all. So what can you do if you love the ease of a long cardigan but want to avoid the shapeless effect? Here are a few simple strategies. First, choose a cardigan with some structure at the shoulders or a built-in seam that defines the waist. This small detail creates the illusion of shape, even if the rest of the garment flows loosely. Second, pay attention to where the hem hits. A cardigan that ends around mid-thigh or just above the knee is far more flattering than one that drags to your calves or ankles. Finally, think about pairing. If you wear a long cardigan, balance it with slim-fitting pants or a straight skirt. This contrast keeps the outfit looking intentional rather than accidental. Another great trick is layering with purpose. Instead of buttoning the cardigan closed and letting it hang like a curtain, wear it open over a fitted top. Add a belt at the waist for extra definition if you want to take it up a notch. The goal is to create vertical lines that flatter your shape, not erase it. Shapeless long-line cardigans may feel like the perfect cover-up, but in reality, they often hide your style and your energy. By choosing structured pieces and paying attention to proportion, you can keep the ease of layering without losing your elegance. Now that we've tackled the long, shapeless cardigan, let's move on to another mistake many women over 60 make: cropped, boxy cardigans that throw off your proportions in a completely different way. At first glance, cropped cardigans might look cute and playful. They hit right at the waist or even higher. They feel modern in theory, and sometimes they remind us of styles we wore decades ago. But after 60, cropped and boxy cardigans can be surprisingly tricky. Instead of flattering the figure, they tend to cut the body in half and emphasize areas many of us would rather not draw attention to. The short length often highlights the midsection, and the boxy cut erases natural curves, leaving an outfit looking square and unbalanced. The problem lies in proportion. When a cardigan stops abruptly at the waist, it shortens the torso visually. If the fit is also boxy, the effect can be wide and square rather than sleek and elegant. For younger women with different body proportions, cropped lengths can read as trendy or playful. But for women over 60, they can unintentionally highlight the midsection, making the look less polished and less flattering. I once styled a client who adored her little cropped knit. She said it reminded her of her college days, and she kept it as a nostalgic piece. When she wore it with jeans, she thought it made her look youthful. But in reality, the cut of the cardigan stopped right at the widest part of her waist, making her torso look shorter and her shape less defined. We switched it for a hip-length cardigan with a slimmer line, and instantly she looked taller, her proportions balanced, and the overall outfit far more elegant. She was amazed that such a small change made such a huge difference. So what should you look for instead? Aim for cardigans that hit just below the hip or at mid-thigh. These lengths create long, clean lines that elongate the body and balance your silhouette. If you want to add some modern flair, choose styles with subtle tailoring at the waist or side slits that give movement and shape. Avoid anything overly boxy. Slight shaping makes all the difference. Pairing matters, too. If you're wearing a cardigan with more structure, balance it with slim or straight leg pants to keep the proportions harmonious. And if you still love the look of a shorter cardigan, try layering it over a longer blouse or tunic. This creates dimension without chopping the body in half. The key is remembering that clothes should work with your body, not against it. A cropped, boxy cardigan often feels like a shortcut to youthful style, but it usually has the opposite effect. By choosing lengths that elongate and flatter, you project confidence and elegance effortlessly. Now that we've uncovered the problems with cropped cardigans, let's move into another detail that can instantly make your outfit look outdated: old-fashioned knit patterns that no longer serve your modern style. There's something comforting about traditional knit designs, cable stitches, heavy ribbing, or those granny-inspired crochet patterns we may have worn for years. They remind us of warmth, tradition, even family. But while the nostalgia is sweet, these outdated knit patterns can instantly age your entire look. Instead of reading as classic, they often register as old-fashioned, pulling your style backward rather than lifting it forward. The issue is that these chunky, busy textures add visual weight. Heavy cables and thick patterns draw the eye and can overwhelm your outfit, especially when combined with muted or dull colors. They don't give that sleek, polished finish we're aiming for at this stage of life. Instead, they tend to signal outdated, making the rest of your look feel less intentional. I once worked with a woman who had a beloved cream cable knit cardigan she'd worn since her 40s. She kept it because it felt timeless to her. But when she wore it over a modern blouse and trousers, the cardigan dominated the outfit. The bulky pattern distracted from her face and pulled attention away from the streamlined pieces underneath. When she swapped it for a smooth, fine knit cardigan in a rich jewel tone, her entire outfit looked sharper, lighter, and 10 years fresher. If you want to keep the cozy texture of a knit without the aging effect, look for sleeker options. Fine gauge knits create smooth lines that don't add bulk. Subtle patterns like rib trims or minimal stitching can still provide interest without overpowering. Choosing updated colors, like soft neutrals, warm earth tones, or jewel shades, also refreshes the look instantly. Another tip is to mix texture thoughtfully. Instead of wearing a heavy cable knit top to bottom, pair a simpler cardigan with textured accessories like a scarf or handbag. This way, you still enjoy the richness of texture, but in a modern, balanced way. Knitwear should feel elegant, not dated. By letting go of those old-fashioned patterns and choosing updated fabrics, you'll still get the comfort you love, but with a refined, modern edge. Next, let's talk about a different cardigan mistake: buttoned-up, stiff cardigans that take away flexibility and make your look feel closed off instead of effortlessly chic. Think about the last time you buttoned a cardigan all the way up to the top. Did it feel neat and proper, or did it make you feel closed in and a little restricted? Buttoned up, stiff cardigans often send the wrong message. Instead of looking refined, they can appear rigid and old-fashioned, taking away the relaxed elegance that makes style over 60 so appealing. The problem here is structure without softness. When a cardigan is tightly buttoned and made from a stiff knit, it emphasizes straight lines across the chest and stomach. This draws attention exactly where many women prefer not to highlight, while also creating a boxy effect. What was intended as polished ends up looking severe, even dated. I once met a woman who loved her classic black button-up cardigan. She wore it everywhere, convinced it was a safe staple. But when she kept it fully closed, the cardigan flattened her shape and gave off a school uniform vibe rather than mature sophistication. When we experimented by leaving it open over a silky blouse, suddenly her outfit had movement and depth. She looked approachable, stylish, and effortlessly confident, all from the same cardigan, worn differently. So how do you update this look? First, avoid buttoning every single button. Wearing a cardigan open or only fastening 1 or 2 buttons at the waist instantly softens the outfit. Second, choose fabrics with a bit of drape instead of stiff, heavy knits. A lightweight blend that moves with your body is far more flattering. Finally, layer thoughtfully. A crisp shirt, a flowing tunic, or even a simple tee under an open cardigan adds texture and contrast, which instantly modernizes your look. Accessories can also play a big role. A long necklace or a colorful scarf draws the eye vertically, breaking up the flat front that happens when a cardigan is buttoned tight. The goal is to create fluid lines, not rigid ones. A stiff, buttoned-up cardigan can feel like a safe piece, but in reality, it often adds years and takes away personality. By allowing movement, playing with layers, and keeping the styling relaxed, you create an image that is both chic and timeless. Now that we've looked at stiffness and buttons, let's move on to another trap many women fall into: thin, worn-out fabrics that instantly cheapen your look, no matter how stylish the cut might be. Have you ever slipped on a cardigan that used to be your favorite, only to notice the fabric looks limp, thin, or even a little stretched out? That's the hidden danger of worn-out materials. No matter how flattering the cut or how lovely the color once was, if the fabric is tired, the entire piece instantly looks cheap, and worse, it makes you look less polished than you truly are. Fabrics tell a story. A cardigan that has lost its structure, developed pilling, or shows thinning at the elbows and cuffs communicates neglect, even if the rest of your outfit is perfectly styled. Instead of appearing effortless, the impression is careless. This is especially true with thin fabrics that cling to the body in unflattering ways. They highlight lines, folds, and areas we don't want to showcase. After 60, it's not about hiding who we are. It's about dressing in a way that honors the woman we've become. I remember a woman who had a soft, lightweight cardigan she wore constantly because it felt comfortable and familiar. But when she put it on over a sleek dress for a dinner outing, the cardigan looked see-through and flimsy, undermining the elegance of the entire outfit. When she replaced it with a cardigan made from a slightly heavier, higher quality knit, her whole look changed. The new piece framed her beautifully, added presence, and made her look confident and chic. So how do you avoid this pitfall? First, pay attention to fabric quality. Natural fibers like cotton blends, merino wool, or cashmere not only last longer, but also maintain their structure better than flimsy synthetics. Second, check the condition of your cardigans regularly. If the fabric is stretched, pilled, or faded, it's time to let it go, no matter how sentimental the piece may be. Third, embrace texture wisely. A medium-weight knit with a smooth finish will always look more refined than something thin and see-through. Another tip is color. Even the most beautiful fabric can lose its appeal if the color has dulled over time. Brighten your wardrobe with shades that enhance your complexion. soft neutrals, jewel tones, or warm, earthy hues. Fresh color paired with durable fabric makes your style feel vibrant and alive. A worn-out cardigan might feel comfortable, but it quietly steals from your elegance. By choosing fabrics that drape well, hold their shape, and look rich to the eye, you instantly elevate your appearance without sacrificing comfort. And now, let's explore the final cardigan mistake women over 60 often make: overly embellished or flashy designs that cross the line from stylish to aging. It's tempting to think that adding sparkle, sequins, or heavy embellishments will make an outfit look festive and fun, and sometimes a little detail really can elevate your style. But here's the truth. When a cardigan is overloaded with rhinestones, bold appliques, or busy decorations, it often has the opposite effect. Instead of looking chic and confident, it can make your outfit appear dated, even costume-like. The challenge is balance. Embellishments that were trendy years ago don't always translate well today. A cardigan with glitter buttons, shiny threads, or loud prints might once have felt stylish, but after 60, these features can pull attention away from your natural elegance. They highlight the garment itself rather than the woman wearing it. And that's the last thing you want. Your clothes should frame you, not compete with you. I once styled a client who owned a bright red cardigan with sequins all across the shoulders. She wore it to holiday parties every year, convinced it made her look festive. But when we compared it with a simple red cardigan in a luxurious knit paired with a statement necklace, the difference was striking. The embellished version looked outdated, almost childlike, while the clean version looked sophisticated, modern, and still festive, without trying too hard. So how can you add personality without falling into the flashy trap? Choose refined details. A cardigan with pearl-style buttons, subtle metallic threading, or a sleek contrast trim feels elegant instead of overdone. Another option is to keep the cardigan simple and let your accessories do the talking. A bold necklace, chic earrings, or a patterned scarf can bring all the personality you need while keeping the base of your outfit timeless. Remember, less really is more. Understated details project confidence and refinement, while overly flashy designs can look like they're trying too hard. Your presence, your smile, and your confidence are the real statement pieces. You just need your wardrobe to support that, not overshadow it. With this final mistake uncovered, you now have the full picture of the 7 cardigan styles to avoid after 60. The good news is that for every outdated option, there's a modern, flattering alternative that helps you feel vibrant, stylish, and empowered. Now that you've seen the 7 cardigan styles to avoid after 60, I'd love to hear from you. Which one surprised you the most? Was it the bulky, oversized cardigan that hides your shape? Or maybe the flashy, embellished styles that can feel dated? Take a moment to think about what's hanging in your closet right now and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might inspire another woman who's going through the exact same struggle. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future style tips designed just for women over 60. Every week we talk about ways to keep your wardrobe fresh, flattering, and full of confidence without chasing every trend or spending a fortune. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who might also be holding on to a few outdated cardigans. Sometimes we don't realize how much a simple swap can change the way we look and feel until someone points it out. Finally, let me know in the comments. Would you like me to create a video on the best cardigan styles every woman over 60 should own? I'd love to dive into the must-haves that can make getting dressed easier and more stylish every single day. Here's the most important takeaway. It's not about giving up cardigans, it's about choosing the right ones. A cardigan can either weigh you down and make you look older, or it can frame your shape beautifully and highlight the vibrant woman you are today. By retiring those outdated styles and swapping them for modern, flattering alternatives, you gain more than just a better outfit. You gain confidence, presence, and a renewed sense of style that truly reflects this chapter of your life. Remember, elegance doesn't mean complicated. Small adjustments, like the right fabric, the right length, or a cleaner design, can completely change how you look and feel. When you choose pieces that honor your figure and personality, you'll notice the difference not only in the mirror, but also in how others respond to you. And this journey doesn't stop here. In our next video, I'll share 5 effortless layering tricks every woman over 60 should master. These are simple styling moves that make your outfits feel complete, balanced, and elevated without adding bulk or making you feel overdressed. You won't want to miss it because these layering tips are game changers for everyday dressing. So stay tuned, keep celebrating your style, and remember, fashion after 60 is not about rules. It's about freedom, confidence, and joy.